Hey there friends, how's it going? Richard here. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk through, there was something about a blog post going back and forth. So I just want to share an automation that I built out using TaskMagic and Merlin, which is an AI blog post using AI like ChatGPT. I think this was it. And the request here was using an AI tool to create the, I guess in theory, multiple sections, then stitch it together. I'm kind of working on it. I don't have anything so far that can put it all together that neatly in one fell swoop. So the way I've kind of gotten around it, at least right now, is building it into different parts. So the first one is going to use like an AI tool to generate the blog content, so the text part of it. My flow is like this. Let me take a step back and just share the flow. So the first thing is going to be like keyword topic research, right? And then the second thing, once I have a keyword that I'm going to use a tool like Phrase, like KW Hero. Primarily I use KW Hero. I'll drop links, I guess, description to all these tools below. KW Hero, Writer's End for research, keyword research. Then I take whatever keyword or topic it is, put that into KW Hero. Again, you can use Phrase, you can use Market Muse, you can use any one of the tools out there, right? And then that's going to go through its process of creating an outline, creating a text-based article. Once I have that article, I then use another tool. Again, it could be Merlin, it can be Voila, it can be any number of AI tools available, and I use that to help me create blog prompts. So once I have the text, the next step is going to be creating the media, so the images that I want to include with it. Then after that, I create alt text for each of the images, and then I finish it all up by manually putting it all together and editing the article, making sure it has links that I want, right voice, no misinformation. So this step is gonna be the blog image creation, the creating the images. I'm gonna assume for this, let's just say you've gotten to this point, you have ChatGPT, Claude, something, whatever, 3.5, some tool create you an article, or you have an article of your own that you just hand wrote or typed out yourself, and you want to create some images with it. So let's hop into it. I'm going to use TaskMagic to build this automation because TaskMagic is actually very, very versatile. And let's hop into it. So the way I'm going to start this is it's going to be with, a lot of it is going to be based on a sheet, right? And because TaskMagic is going to need something to pull data from and put data to. So the things that I'm going to have, I just named it here, TaskMagic blog image tutorial. We'll get to it, but I know I'm going to need, what I like to do is call it heading. I'll explain why I do it this way. Heading, then this is going to be image prompt. Okay. For a future video, I'll do image URL. Then we're going to have SEO terms, or let's just put SEO terms, and then finally alt text. Now you can use a different sheet for database for doing this as well. I'm kind of working on moving everything to connect with AItable.ai so that when one automation is done, it triggers the next one, triggers the next one, triggers the next one. Haven't quite gotten there yet. One step at a time. So why did I do this? We have, in an article, right, we're going to have any number of headings. And I usually create my images or generate my images based on each heading, just so I know where I'm going to insert it. For instance, if I have a heading called, let's see something. If I go to KW Hero, right, and log in, and let's just, I'm going to waste some credits here, but it's okay. Let's just say no code automation is the term I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go to, let's say, no code API automation, no code automation tools. That's actually a very good keyword, 2293. Let's do that. No code automation tools. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, copy to clipboard. I'm going to content creation. And then I'm just going to throw it in here. I don't really care. Head to content plans. And then do my analysis. Okay, not sure what the deal is there. Let's just try that one more time. We're going to add our keyword here. Oh my god, taking so long. I know. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have our content analysis done. I'm just going to use the recommendations they have here. Something is not right. It's definitely kind of broken here. But you know what? I really don't care. I'm not making an article about this. Maybe I will make an article about this. Let me go back in my content plan here. Something. I know there's been an issue, bug the last couple of days. So cat is. Let's try this one more time. Head to content plan. Let's create the analysis. Anyways, I'm using KW Hero. I think for me it's my tool of choice with generating text content. Phrase is another good one. What's on AppSumo? Lunia or something like that. Market Muse, if you got that. You can still use ChatGPT, Google, Gemini, whatever tool. Okay. This looks a little more consistent. I don't know why these are like this. All right, I'm just going to use what the recommendations are. Normally what I would do in KW here is go through each of these articles, make sure it matches like what I need, see the domain, whatever. Let's just save and update. Oh, Neuron Writer, same thing. If you use Neuron Writer, you go in, you take your term, you like match up which are the competitors that you want to use, and that'll be that. So we're going to go to Outline Builder, create the AI outline. Okay, we got our outline, and just for sake of continuity, I'm going to go here, tone of voice, I'm going to say friendly, content level, I like to do beginner, voice perspective, I use second person. I'm not going to put any additional instructions, just write the content. Just so we have a full article, and you can see what I like, what the workflow is, and how I put it together. Okay, got our article. Again, maybe what you'd want to do right now is run through this text, edit it, just to make sure it's going to be the text content that you want, because our next steps are going to be based on this text. Let's just say everything is good. It's factual. It gives the message you want to give. It explains or demonstrates the message you're trying to share there. Okay, with the blog post. Now we're done with the text part of it, right? We figured out our keyword. We've got our text. The next step, which is what we're going to focus on this video, is creating blog images. So what I like to do here is, as you can, like if I created images and I just named them something random, I wouldn't know where I'm putting those images. So what I tend to do is I'll name the images based on the heading, so that after I create them and they're downloaded into a folder, I know that like if an image is named diving deep into no-code automation types, it's going to be inserted right inside there. The next one, wide-ranging benefits of no-code automation, that image is going to be inserted right there. So my workflow, I'll name the image based on the heading. So going back to the sheet, this is why I did that. Heading is going to go there. It's going to create an image prompt. Then we're going to get the image URL. Then later on in another video, work on showing you the alt text. All right, so good. We got our this sheet set up right now. All we're going to focus on are these two columns in this sheet. So now, what I am going to do is, close that. All right, just real quick. The first thing is that, because I'm not going to create image prompts, I'll let AI do it. I use a tool called Voila. You can always use Merlin. I'm just going to use, sorry, this is a short code thing that I have in here already set up. Now you can also use some other AI tool that if you wanted to send the prompt. There's a tool called Catalyst that I also use that was formerly on AppSumo that creates like images, but I just want the headings for this. So my prompt is using the selected text. I didn't select the text, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna say send to Voila, and then Catalyst. Using selected text, create a script that includes several different scenes and image prompts to visually share the article in a storyboard. For each image prompt, explain why the image described would be a good image for that section. Okay, and hit go. Now, what you start seeing here, and why I like this flow, is that you have the image prompts usually being pulled by the header. Evaluating no code, top picks, overcoming challenges, top picks, success stories, encouraging business, blah, 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 blah. So I have 15 images here, and I'm just going to use a handful of them for this video, for purposes of video. I don't need to go too long on it. But that's what I'm like. Let's go to the top here. We have an introduction, which in theory would go here. Unveiling no-code automation tools, right? Pulled in the heading. Defining no-code automation. I don't know if I would use that there, but it's too close. But notwithstanding, like defining no-code automation. The rise of no-code. Types of no-code automation tools. Where's that heading? Types of no-code automation tools. Benefits. So it's here somewhere. Anyways, you can mix and match. You can change, like, even if I want to change the header here and like use this image somewhere later down the line, I generally would just use the heading itself. So let's do this. We're going to go copy that, go back to our, okay, I'm going to make this a little larger just so we can see what we're doing here. So that's the first one. I'm just going to use H2s, and maybe you can work on your prompt to just put out image prompts for all the H2s in the text, something like that, right? So I'm going to do, I didn't do the prompt. Sorry about that. Unveiling no-code automation tools. So as you can see here, unveiling no code, here's the prompt. I'm just going to take that, copy that, image prompt. Then we're going to go number 2, going to go diving deep. And then that prompt is going to be, I'm just going to use this one because I'm not going to waste this prompt here. It's fine. Okay. Number 3 is going to be, let's just do 5, wide-ranging benefits. Do we have any wide? I don't think there's unveiling, so I think I'll use defining no code automation. Okay. Number 4 is going to be evaluating. Was there something here? Evaluating no code automations. Okay. I don't know if that was audible. Evaluating no code tools, and let's just do okay, copy that, and let's just do 5 just so it's clean. What's top picks? Top picks. And we have our prompt. Okay, cool. Now, is there a way to automate that part of it? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's like ways to do it and then filter it out. I haven't gotten there yet. If I do, I'll let you know and make a video about it. All right, so far, let's just take everything here. I'm gonna just change, just for my own sanity, I'm gonna say Arial. I want everything like that, and size is gonna be 12, and then color, just so I can deal with it. And then this, I'm going to just, again, just for my sanity. All right, so we have here heading and image prompt. That's all we're gonna do right now. For now, we're just gonna leave this as it is. Head to TaskMagic, and I'm gonna create a new automation. Okay, I'm gonna use the web. This is why TaskMagic is a really cool tool, because like a lot of other tools require you to have some kind of API integration, either like by token or by setting up like key value headers, which if you're not familiar with it, it gets kind of tricky. I'm still struggling with like tools that you go into Discord, people love the API, so amazing. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. All right, so TaskMagic, whoops, blog image workflow, blog image generator, I'm gonna say tutorial. Okay, for the time being, let's leave trigger alone. And that's something that tripped me up for a really long time with TaskMagic. I let it sit there and I never touched it. We're just gonna leave trigger alone. The question is, where are you starting your work, right? It's, at least for now, my understanding is it's gotta be a website. TaskMagic right now doesn't do desktop operations. It's all browser, right? So it has to be a website. So for me, I'm gonna use Merlin. Get Merlin. I think it's AI, right? Get that in. Okay. This is another tool that I got off of AppSumo, and it's great. It's like almost like voila, you can set up a shortcut, send stuff to it, and have it create images, text stuff, work with documents. For me, I'm gonna have it set up, do this blog image stuff. So this is the page that we're gonna start off on, right? When I'm doing my blog images. So I'm gonna go to TaskMagic, okay, and it's gonna need a starting point, and it's gonna be the Merlin page. All right, when you set up TaskMagic and you're doing the web recording, it's gonna open this browser. It's called the Chromium browser. And then here's where you're going to be doing your work about what your clicks and steps are going to be. So I'm going to go back to the Merlin page. Just want to make sure I got the right, yep, get merlin.chat. And that's that. So I'll bring up the Chromium thing again, save the go-to URL. Okay. I'll handle, let me see something. It's, why didn't it ask me for the cookies? Let me just do this because I know that to log in, wait, let me go back real quick on this automation. I want to say manage Advanced settings, manage cookies. Okay. User shared. Wait, where's the cookies? Okay, save. Okay. How come I can't paste cookies? Okay, this is what we're looking for. Cookies allows TaskMagic to go in and without you having to log in and do all that kind of stuff to log in. So there's a Chrome extension called Edit This Cookie, I think it is. And you're going to go, whatever, when it's active and installed, for all of your websites, it can grab cookies. So just simply copy it, and I'm going to head back to TaskMagic. That's what I was waiting to do, copy your cookies. All right, so there's everything's in. So it should be able to log in automatically. All right, so let's go back to the recording. And as you can see, I didn't log into this Chromium browser. It did it automatically because it had the cookies saves like I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I think it like the cookies are an encoded way that includes my username, password to authenticate my account. So we're inside where the starting point, and for again the page, you want it to be the starting point. So if you're someone who's like I don't know how to use TaskMagic, it doesn't make any sense. Just always, the step one should be the starting point, like where are you starting your clicks and whatnot. And if you need to do the login, that's how you do the cookie aspect of it. Okay, so now, first thing is, as you can see from here in Merlin, this is gonna be for like text, which is not what we want. We want it to generate images. So you can actually click on it, and it's automatically gonna add this step. So we're gonna confirm the step because that's what I want it to do. I want it to go to the generate images. Okay, now the next thing that I like to do is I want to change my I like Dolly so far, so that's the click. I'm going to click down to that to get the selections, and the next one is I'm going to say I need Dolly. Okay. Now, for my blog post, I also like changing the image size. So I'm going to go here. I need to confirm that click. Then I'm going to select 7 point. I like the widescreen stuff. Okay. So far, we were able to log in. Our automation is just to run through and see where we are. It's when you start the automation, it's going to be logged into the first page. I'm going to say click generate images so that it's in the image generation section of Merlin. Then I'm going to click this button here to change it to the selector. Then I want to select Dolly. I'm going to click the selector to change the size. And then now I've got to start adding my prompt. So I'm going to I'm first grab my prompt. Okay. Oh, I got to get to the Chromium tab. And then I'm going to say here, okay, maybe that didn't work. So I'm going to say type step, yes. Okay, it pulled it in. Cool. Move my face real quick. And then the next button is going to, see, the interesting thing too is you could go here and click what you're doing, or TaskMagic automatically records it. So if you're someone who's like not comfortable with what you're doing or what do I do next, if you just run through the steps, it's going to record. It generally will record it. So that's super awesome. Next one is going to be click this send button. I'm going to confirm that step. Okay, now before I do like, oh, you say, oh, generate the image, I got to download the image. Notice it took a little bit of time, right? So what we do want to do here is add in a delay to allow for processing. And I'm going to say that was like 0.4, 24 seconds, right? I'll give it. If you want to be a little more generous, we can say 0.5, fine, I don't care. But we're gonna add a delay after we hit the enter button of our prompt. We want to give it a delay to give it enough time to generate the image. After we get that, we get the image. So now we're going to click on the image. The reason I did that is because right here is our download button. So I'm going to next click our download button. Okay, and I'm going to hit that. Now this download button, if I just click it, it's just going to download. But I want it to download into a particular location, and as we talked about when we first started, inherit a name. So I'm going to go to advanced settings here. Enable find my tag. Wait, maybe I didn't do it right. Change step. Sorry about that. And we're going to do a download step. Cool. And now when we go to advanced settings of the here we go. So the full path where I want this to be saved is going to be, I don't have a folder. Let's just say creator, I don't know. I didn't have I right click, and then if I hit option, I see copy the path name. I'm just gonna save it into creator images. Okay, and the file name is going to be, we can overwrite this later, so I'm not going to worry too much about this. Let's just say spreadsheet heading, because I didn't connect the trigger yet. Okay. All right, save. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. So we've got the image. Let me close this thing. I don't need that window there. So we've already, this is going to be the download step. After that, I want to click this X. Confirm that. And then me personally, because I found it a little weird if I just kept on chatting here, I'm going to refresh the page. Right, so if I hit refresh the page, it should go back to get Merlin.chat, and then we can start this thing all over. So let's just run through our steps so far. It starts off here once you start the automation. Let's just work through the, why is there a 0.5 minute delay here? This actually, I don't know why it's moved up. This should go lower. Just reviewing the steps. Right? Oh, it should be after the send button. Why is there a delay there? Okay. All right, let's just run through what we got here. So it starts off here. We're going to click this thing to change, bring down that selector. Let's play it. So we're here. Step 1. Done. Step 2. Wait, it should be the generate images. What happened here? Something transformed. Something transformed. Okay, it's not a problem because we can do this. We're going to get Merlin to the chat. I'm going to add a click step. And it's going to go here. I want to click this button and confirm it. Okay. So let's just play this step. Start from step 1. Step 2 should be click generate. Let me just rename this. Click generate images. Oh, wait. Whoops. I think what's going on is that the screen, the recorder's making this weird. All right, we're at the starting page. Step 1, booyah. Step 2, generate images. Cool. Let me close this. Step 3 is click Oh, you know what? Let's click generate images, and this is going to be click image model drop down. Okay. Save. This should be click image model drop down. You're going to make this one click DAL E3. Click DAL E3. So now we have selected DAL E3. Next one should be click image size selector. Boop. Click 7.4. Boop. All right, so now we have DALL-E, and now we have our images at 7.4. Next step is going to be a type step, which should be down here. Our prompt. Cool. Click send to generate the image. Now we're going to have a delay as the image is processing. While it's doing that, the reason why that delay matters because if the next step is a click and it's going to click something that doesn't exist, that's what's going to cause an error. So you just want to give enough time. If something has to generate, put a window of time that makes it feasible to generate. Okay, next step is going to be click. We're going to click our image, and that should bring it up to the front window. Next, we're going to say click the download button. Okay, and then we're going to close it out. Let me move this out of the way. Let me just see some of the creator images. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time. Let's do this. Let's add a delay here of 0.5 again, just to give it time to, you don't want any mess ups on the downloads and whatnot. So if we go to creator images, where's that folder? Oh man. You're seeing all my stuff. There's our image. It's a little weird because I think there was a problem with how I let's try this again. Download. And play our delay. All right, we'll figure it out. I think it should be working. Sorry, get it. Chromium. We're gonna get out of that image. Click the X, and then finally, we'll refresh the page. Gucci. I'm done. Okay, so this is our automation right now. Again, we'll play around with it, make sure everything's working properly. Now we're gonna go back to our trigger. Right. This is what I found for me was a little weird. I thought you start with the trigger, where do I want to send information from, and then build out the automation, and then go set up your trigger. So let's work with trigger, and I'm going to use a list. Continue anyways. I'm going to say list from Google Sheet. Set up the connection. So you're going to need two things. One, you're going to get the link. So I'll copy our link here. And the other thing too is you're gonna have to share it with automations@taskmagic.com. So we're gonna share with automations@taskmagic.com. Send. Okay. Let's retry because now it's shared. Sheet 1. It's gonna pull up the headers that we have here. So heading. Image prompt, URL, SEO terms, alt text. Heading, image prompt, URL, SEO terms, alt text. We are on a roll. Close that. Now what I'm going to say is I want the automation to start with row 2, and there are how many images? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to say 5 rows at a time. Done. Okay. There's nothing we need to do with send to Google Sheets because we have that working there. Now let's go to, remember the name of the thing? It's supposed to download to that folder, and then we're going to change this to the name in the heading. Save. Cool. All right. And then we're going to loop because we want this thing to go, it's going to go So take this heading, this image prompt, put it in, and then we need to loop it several times. So I'm just going to say the whole thing is going to loop, because I think the whole thing does loop the way I built it. All right. Is our automation finished? Let's find out. Stop, 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 stop. Richard forgot something. Our prompts need to be pulled from here, otherwise it's going to continue using the same prompt. Sorry about that. Okay, so this type screen, we're going to say, see, that was typed in. So in essence, if I didn't stop it for all 5 images, it was going to use the same prompt. We don't want that. We want the image prompt to be the image prompt that we pulled in here. So we're going to have several different images saved. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Now we got everything lined up. Now let's start our automation. Google Sheet is added data. Oh, that's fine. If you're using Google Sheet, you're going to have to come back in here because I killed the last automation. I'm going to start with row 2. I want to loop 5. We're good there. Okay. Let me just make sure our that's heading, and then our prompt is going to be image prompt. Play the steps. Let's go. I wonder why it's taking so long right at the front. I don't think I have a delay there, do I? Go to page. It shouldn't take that long, but whatever. All right, so as you can see, it typed out our, move my head. Okay. Typed out the prompt. Now again, I made the delays here a little lengthy. I feel like, I don't know, internet's a little slow today. So we're gonna have to wait until that delays up, and then it's gonna click that image to then download. Okay, clicked it. Download. All right, 1 image done. We have 5 in total. It feels really slow. I don't know what's going on. I gotta check out what's going on, but I know what's going on. I've got, so just so you're aware, it does feel slow right now, and I think that's because like I'm running TaskMagic on my computer, the app. um, and the app that's doing the recording is also like an OS app, and I think that's just occupying a lot of resources, so things are just moving a little slower than they should be. Excuse me. Cool. Okay. ease of scartorability, scalarity, commandant. Oh man, AI is funny. Scartorability, scalierality, commandant. I mean, whatever. All right, this is number 5, right? I think it's number 5. It's just sluggish right now. Ugh. But I want to be true to the video and show how long it takes. I don't want to do a jump cut. Okay, that's it. And I don't know if you see my screen. I see 5 images. All right, these were the ones from before. Again, because the automation wasn't complete, I think that's why those files came in as documents. But here's let's just move TaskMagic over a little bit. Pull back up File Explorer. Unveiling no-code automation. Boop. What's the second one? Diving deep into no-code. Boop. Wide-ranging benefits of no-code automation. Evaluating no-code automation tools. Top picks. So that's why I kind of run it that way, so that I know where each, at this point, I mean, first of all, this is a little bug that is annoying, but you can't do anything about it. You got it comes out with a number. I think it's the run of the flow. So then you got to delete that at the front. Okay, so we'll go, whoops. And just delete that. Okay, cool. These 2 were from before. We're gonna move those to trash. So here are my 5 images. What I'll generally do now is I'll upload them somewhere, wherever I'm gonna host them, some cloud drive or so, and get the URL, and then I'll come here, put the URL here, and then if you just were gonna go straight back into your content, for instance, like now I know unveiling code automation tools, I can simply, once you upload it to wherever you're going to do it, get the image URL, and let's say here I put an image URL, boom, that's how you do it. So that's my blog image generator. I know it was a little sluggish on this run. Took a lot of time to set it up and walk through some things, but that's what I've got working so far. Cool thing is in the future, if you get a little more advanced, and like what I'm working on trying to understand is how to use a tool like AI table as a trigger, because with AI table, it's fairly simple to not only send information like a Google Sheet, but then also to get information back. And then once it receives that information, it can then set up another trigger. So at this point, what I would probably do is, just to finish this automation, I have my images. I would upload them somewhere, wherever I'm going to host those files. And then the next step is going to be getting the alt text, which I will share in another video. If you found this cool, give it a thumbs up or so. Let me know if there's any other automations I can try to help out with, anything you'd like to see. Again, any kind of tools or so, I'll drop in the description of the video below. And yeah, hopefully you found it interesting. Until next time, take care, be well. Bye for now.